What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And you're watching this video on Sunday, May 25th, 2025 at 10:50 a.m. MST. Super exciting to be able to say that I'm halfway done, a quarter of the way done, and 75% of the way done. And just celebrating what God did in drawing me back to Indiana to record the video there, celebrate the passing of my grandpa, that the correlation of a transition through transformation in my grandpa's passing happened at the exact same time of my halfway point here in Extraordinary Life with Elijah. Only my Father is capable of that kind of timing and goodness. So one of the elements that I went back through and calculated that I just love is from the first video that I did where I flashed the world population in FAM. Since that first time till now, as the recording of this video, the world population has grown by 130,072,377. Oh, makes my face hurt. There's so many more people now in the world since when I started. And just saying, what's up, fam? There's been an increase of over 130 million people that I've been saying that to. It's a super prosperous first half. So I'm super excited then to be able to see how many more people are going to be then here in the second half. Quarter, 75%. You guys hear what I'm saying? But I think moving forward, beautiful thing that God reminded me of back in 2021 when we were in Indiana to celebrate my grandpa's life was a prophetic word that I got from my cousin. So today, Nathan is my extra and I am the ordinary. Would have been clear back in 2020 when I was still living over at my place at 137 Gina Circle. My cousin gave me a call, said he was traveling along. God gave him a prophetic word for me. He said, "Are you still recording those videos and doing that YouTube thing?" I said, "Yes, absolutely." He said, "Okay, well, God has a word for you." And he says, he's transforming your soccer ball into a baseball glove. I don't know what that means, but that's what God has for you. I think the beautiful thing is that as 100% God speaking to me. And it wasn't until 2021 when I was back in Indiana for my grandpa's funeral that God brought that word back to my heart and mind. As we were driving around in Greensburg through the city square, my dad was pointing out different areas of his childhood where he grew up. And he pointed to the store that was on the corner of the town square and said, "That's where Gamble's was. I went there and I bought my baseball glove there when I was a boy." God took me back, and the Spirit reminded me of what he had said to me from Jesus through my cousin Nathan. Clear back when I was a little kid, I was at the church I grew up in, Heights Alliance, and a guy named Mark came up to me just before service, patted me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, Elijah, I'm super excited to be able to see you out at soccer practice on Monday. Really looking forward to you learning how to play." To which I said, hey, come back. I think you might have confused me with someone else. I didn't sign up for soccer. I don't want to play soccer, and I'm not going to be there at soccer practice on Monday. To which he said, "Yeah, you are. I needed soccer players, and so your mom signed you up to play soccer. See you on Monday." Great. I love soccer. No, I don't love soccer. I had no interest to play soccer. I never even watched soccer before, but here I was going on Monday to start my career in soccer. To help me get better at soccer, my mom went to Kmart and bought me a soccer ball, put up some wire between two trees, and I'd kick the soccer ball over and over into the wire to learn how to play soccer. Well, the ball she bought at Kmart was not regulation. It was a lot bigger than a regulation soccer ball. And that's what I learned to play with. And so when I went to practice then, I wanted to use the soccer ball that I had gotten. It was super cool. It was mine. I loved it. And so every chance I got, I would kick the regulation soccer ball off the field, bring on my bigger soccer ball and use it. And my coach would keep kicking it off, be like, Elijah, we can't use that ball. That's not the ball to use. I played soccer then for the next 2 years and eventually quit. That I was growing so much during that season that my growth plates in my knees were super big. I had Osgood-Schlatter in it. My knees would just hurt all the time, and the kicking and the running was so painful that I spent most of my time on the sidelines. So after 2 years, I finally quit my soccer career and never have played again. Baseball, though, on the other hand, I remember going to my parents and asking them if I could play baseball. I loved to throw the baseball out in the yard with my dad. I'd throw the baseball with my grandpa Bardsley, and it was just so much fun. And out of an overflow of my heart, I went to my parents and said, Mom, Dad, could you sign me up for baseball? I would really like to play. The cool part about it is that the baseball glove that I used was my dad's baseball glove from when he was a little boy. So when we were back in Greensburg to celebrate my grandpa's life, my dad told me the story about how he purchased his own baseball glove. My grandpa Scheidler had told his boys that if they would mow his yard, that he would supply them with a lawnmower, and that if the boys wanted to supply the gas and the oil, they could mow however many yards they wanted to, make money, and keep the money for themselves. My dad then took advantage of this and mowed a lot of the neighbors' yards around his house, built up enough money, and purchased his own baseball glove from Gamble's store to be able to play softball for his church youth group league. My dad said when he went through and he picked the glove that had the largest pocket in it, that he wanted to just be able to snag those softballs and have it wrap around the ball, and that's what he was looking for. The glove had a spider web looking pocket in it, and it was so broken in. My dad had rubbed linseed oil into it, and it was just so floppy that when you would catch a baseball, the baseball would drive into that pocket, wrap around it, and you didn't even have to try to catch balls. It was such a pleasure to play with that glove. Now, my cousin's word to me that came from God was that God was transforming my soccer ball into a baseball mitt. I think as God has brought that word back, especially at this timing of being halfway through, quarter of the way through, and 75% of the way through, we're on the downhill side, that it's so beautiful to see how editing the video of November 2021, recording longitudinally in the airport and in the airplane and back in Indiana and splicing it together with all the B-roll, there's this thing in me that I want to do that the people that I celebrate and want to make videos that are like, that's their style. But that video took so much out of me in order to make it, and it was so difficult. I think what God is doing for me is that in this first half, there's been this thing in my heart where I really wanted to play soccer. You can hear it in a lot of my videos that I say, guys, there's so many of the videos that I want to be making and doing, but I'm so busy and I can't get to them, and I'm trying to run around and do this, but it's so uncoordinated to try to pull that off. It's me playing soccer, but that God is transforming my soccer ball into a baseball glove. I received my baseball glove from my father that he had sacrificed and worked hard through the heat of Indiana summer, sweating like a dog in order to save up his own money to purchase his baseball glove. He loved it, and then he passed that on to me as an inheritance. And that it was so enjoyable. It was overflowing out of my heart's desires to do, and it was such a pleasure to me. I think the other thing about a baseball glove is that it's really easy to catch with your left hand, which is your non-dominant hand, and that it's really easy to throw with your right hand. But if you switch those and you put a glove on your right hand and try to catch with your right hand and throw with your left, it's so awkward. And so I think it's so beautiful moving forward, seeing how God is bringing this transformation, this prophetic insight from my cousin from clear back in 2020 that's setting me free to move forward with greater joy and ease in this next season is that I can press into the things that I've received as a free gift, an inheritance that my parents, my grandfathers, my parents, Roger and Robin, have imparted to me, and then my Father in heaven through Jesus, that they've imparted to me an inheritance that empowers me to step into the fullness of every good thing that I've been called to do with joy, with coordination, with ease, and with great pleasure. So my encouragement to you would be that if you're in a place in your life right now where someone has come to you and said, hey, we'll see you in ministry on Monday, looking forward to you leading this thing. And you're like, hey, what? I don't think I signed up for anything. Yeah, you did. We signed you up. But it's your soccer context that you've never dreamed of being where you want to be, and that you're super uncoordinated there, and that it's causing you lots of pain in this context of where God is growing you up into the full stature of Jesus. But those growth plates and the context of the ministry that you're in are causing you a lot of pain, and you're just sitting on the sidelines a lot. I would encourage you, maybe it's time for you to drop that, whatever that is in your life, and to look and see how God is transforming your soccer ball into a baseball glove, that God's inviting you out into your heart's desires with Him, the things that He's created you for, the race that's set before you to run, to compete, to get the prize. And that as you ask Him to sign you up for that, to get you into that space, and to give you the grace and the tools that you need to do it, you're gonna find you're gonna have a very broken in, beautiful, comfortable, enjoyable inheritance that's going to come to you to help you to compete to win the prize that's been marked out for you. If you subscribe to what I am doing, hit the button, hit it, and then get it. Hit the bell as well so you get notified with the new content. And if you love this video, you didn't just like it, hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on our lives together. I love you guys lots, and I will see you in the next video, which starts now. Oh my goodness, I am so sore. I had to dig deep to make this video. I primed the walls, and then painted all the walls with 2 coats of paint in a day and a half. And oh my goodness, I'm so used to office life. Oh, my back and shoulders. Oh, but it's so awesome getting to see the studio coming together. It's amazing. That being said, let's jump into the next video. What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And I got whoa, I just tricked myself. Okay, this might be a first. Starting the next video without opening my eyes. Wowzers. I have to think about what that means. What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And today I'm gonna start painting and priming the wall, getting my studio ready.